Amazon is leaving New York City and they're going to close their warehouses once this new law passes.
On Thursday. The legislation called the Delivery Protection Act, introduced by Councilmember Tiffany Caban, would force companies like Amazon to directly employ all of their drivers instead of using contractors. It would also require the smaller companies Amazon uses to get packages to their final destination, called Delivery Service Partners, or DSPs, to be licensed with the city.
This is big news because it's going to force Amazon to do things in a way that doesn't work with its business model, eliminating thousands of jobs.
Meanwhile, some DSP owners are pushing back against the bill.
What this bill does for me is actually closes and shut down my business. It takes the 150 people that work for me and puts them out of work.
That's terrible.
This actually impacts everyone's life by passing this bill. While well-intended, the outcome is not good for the city.
It's going to be a disaster.
Employees. It's not good for the customers at the end of the day either, because it's going to slow down their packages or potentially raise the cost of getting their packages.
Right.
The city council says that, Amazon would be essentially forced to hire the employees that are going to lose their jobs as a result of the DSPs going away, but there is no level of certainty that they will be rehired. And so what happens first and foremost is a direct impact of the people that we've hired so far losing their job entirely and then being at the mercy of being possibly maybe rehired.
Amazon submitting written testimony for the hearing. The online retail giant saying in part the legislation would be threatening the small businesses that deliver to customers, putting the jobs of their more than 5,000 employees at risk, and forcing us to consider relocating delivery operations outside of the city. This would likely mean slower and more expensive delivery, deteriorating the experience for millions of customers in New York City. Amazon also inviting city council members to visit the delivery stations to see firsthand what it's like before they vote on the bill. The bill does have majority support within the city council, and the next step is for the city council speaker.
Okay, if this thing has support, what that means is that it's probably going to pass, because how do we expect a city run by a bunch of socialists with a communist mayor not to take the side of the people against Amazon? But who are the people who are going to lose their jobs?
News 12's Shakti Dennis spoke to the people making sure your packages get to you on time.
These are the guys that are going to lose their jobs.
Good morning, good morning.
You might have seen Tommy Gorman delivering your packages around Brooklyn.
Ladies, how we doing?
He's one of more than 100 riders rolling out of the Red Hook Amazon delivery station twice a day like clockwork.
Drive safe, have a great day.
On a four-wheel electric, they deliver thousands of packages across Red Hook and the downtown Brooklyn area.
It's nice to be outside. I mean, the winter was a little cold, but I'm Irish.
These guys do a fantastic job. Packages get delivered in record time. I never miss my deliveries. They're better than UPS. They're way better than FedEx. And these are the people who are going to lose their jobs. Amazon isn't going to be able to hire them all. And look at this. According to the New York Post, if this passes, Amazon will probably relocate 10 of its distribution centers to areas just outside the border in New Jersey, Long Island, and in Westchester.
Sweating the shade, so we're doing all right.
Amazon started testing e-cargo bikes in Manhattan a few years ago and expanded to Brooklyn. Now they're growing their fleet even more.
Obviously, where I'm parked now, you wouldn't be able to park if you had a van. It makes it that much easier.
Juan Martinez is one of the local business owners who partners with Amazon to hire and train drivers and handle deliveries.
I went from 0 employees, just starting with myself, and today I have 1120 employees.
He says e-bikes are a better fit for some of Brooklyn's narrow streets.
These things can move about the city in a very efficient way. They are not hindering traffic.
That's because they can ride on bike lanes, drawing pushback from some cyclists.
Look,
transportation advocates say they're happy.
Look, I ride a bike in New York City. Do these things get in the way in the bike lane? Yeah, but they contribute to zero traffic congestion. Everybody gets their packages. Your truck with that thing on it that you ordered isn't stuck in the middle of Midtown somewhere, unable to get anywhere. They've got the best delivery model in the city, and the city wants to shut it down?
To see efforts to limit delivery trucks.
When you are riding a bike on New York City streets, one of the things that's most likely to kill you is a truck.
But as more e-cargo bikes hit the roads, they're urging the city to adapt.
We need to ensure that we have much wider bike lanes. We also need more protected bike lanes and more bike boulevards just to ensure that everyone has the space and ability to get around safely on a bike.
But in the meantime, keep an eye out for Tommy.
I'll meet you guys down at the other end there, okay?
In downtown Brooklyn, Shakti Dennis, News 12 Brooklyn.
The amount of people that are going to have no job once this thing passes is unbelievable. And we're doing this to protect delivery jobs. It's going to eliminate them altogether. But ask yourself another question. Who would be in favor of such a thing?
The introduction of a bill called the Delivery Protection Act, the New York
The
City
unions.
Council. We're hearing the support of the politicians who are introducing it for us. And we are workers showing that we stand together with each other in order to make this happen.
It needs to hold Amazon accountable, trying to say that we're not one of their workers.
They like to push it on the third-party company, which is the DSP.
But
and
that-
that's to cover
but that
them
creates
from
jobs.
taking accountability for job security, safety, and a number of others.
I came today because it's important to show solidarity to our drivers. Their wins are our wins. So when they win, we win. It's important to be there for each other. They're greedy. They have all the money that they could ever want. They're pinching us for pennies. They don't want to be responsible. So this is really important that we hold them accountable.
Okay, I get it. Amazon makes a lot of money. Jeff Bezos is worth billions of dollars. But that's not what's on the table. What's on the table here is there's a specific way that Amazon delivers packages in New York City. And if you're going to ban the way that they do their job here, this law, instead of forcing Amazon to do things the way the activists say they're supposed to, is going to change the way Amazon does things in a way they don't expect. Carriers warn that on-time performance will suffer. According to the draft of the study, customers may wait longer to get their orders, and it will become harder to meet tight delivery windows. Here's the other thing. The legislation is going to require that every single company that works for Amazon, so this doesn't just affect Amazon, every company is going to have to be licensed. And they're not going to be able to have contractors. They're going to have employees. So it doesn't just apply to Amazon. It applies to the companies. Amazon says they're committed to creating good jobs, supporting thousands of employers and local businesses, and providing fast, affordable delivery. Yeah, this is the anti of affordability, which is what the mayor ran on. And I can guarantee you that as a Democratic socialist, he's going to do what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez did. Remember when she blocked Amazon from building their headquarters here and was so proud of it? Same thing is going to happen. But the politicians who are in favor of this and want to force it through and make Amazon do what they want, they've got their own propaganda campaign telling you how horrible Amazon is. Watch this.
On your break?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Living the good life. I mean, you got the Amazon gig, delivering smiles.
I don't know who's telling you that we're delivering smiles.
I don't know, you see all these ads, but how great it is to work under Amazon.
Oh, the ads. Okay. So you mean the ads that they pay people like $1,000 a pop to do?
Wait, what are you talking about?
They're like bribing people. We got like an email a few weeks ago telling us if you want to enroll in the sweepstakes to get paid, like talk about how much you love this company.
Okay, it's a sweepstakes.
You know?
Not everybody
right,
gets the money.
I don't have any money for you, but you want to give me the real deal?
No, the vans are falling apart. I've seen a van door literally fall off the side
believe
door.
it.
I've had where the transmission breaks down and it won't accelerate past 25 miles an hour. We have
Okay, what's the speed limit in New York City? 20 miles an hour. But that's why they're switching to the e-bikes anyways. And these jobs, they're going to cease to exist at all once this law passes.
Manager, and they will have to let us know you got to hurry up.
So you're telling me
Yeah.
that you're wearing the Amazon shirt, you're delivering the Amazon packages, you're riding around in these vans that are falling apart. You got Big Brother surveilling you through artificial intelligence. That's wild.
So, matter of fact, what do we do about it?
You know what? I think we should pass the Delivery Protection Act.
Oh, yeah?
It's a bill that would require Amazon to finally directly employ their drivers, which means taking responsibility for the pollution, the traffic, the vehicle crashes, the falling apart van.
What do you mean the pollution? They've got the e-bikes. They're rolling out the e-carriers all over the place. There are no more vans. They're getting rid of that stuff here. They're decreasing traffic congestion. They're employing thousands of people. How is this a bad thing? I'll tell you why it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing because you have a profitable company. You have people making hundreds of millions and billions of dollars at the top of this company, and that makes the radicals, the communists running New York City very angry because everybody here has been conditioned to think that the only way they're going to get ahead is if they vote for other people's money. And you have to understand, when you watch stuff like this, it's an offshoot of this radical thinking, these programs, these laws that want to force businesses to do things their way or the highway, but the businesses say they're going to leave.
Sure that everybody in the system is safer and healthier, whether you are the guy delivering the smiles or the consumer on the other end just wanting to be able to cross
Who
the
now
street
has to pay
safely
more.
in their neighborhoods. So Call your council member and tell them to sign on to the Delivery Protection Act so we can get it done.
That would be bad news. If Mom Donnie signs this thing, which I can't believe he won't. Look at this. Other companies, including FedEx, DHL, FreshDirect, DoorDash, every logistics provider in the city would also be required to comply with this stuff. So it's not just your Amazon packages that are going to stop showing up at the same prices they used to. It's going to be your food from DoorDash, because now DoorDash is going to have employees as well. It's going to affect them. Every delivery service in town is either going to shut down or cost so much money that you're going to have to walk to the store yourself. They're saying this is about Amazon avoiding legal liability. That has nothing to do with it. Their business model doesn't work if they have to employ every single person. These businesses are done. Look, here's a company. They employ 100 drivers. These drivers are paid $20 an hour for operating these e-bikes and $23 an hour for driving around in a van. That's way above minimum wage. These are better jobs than bottom of the barrel jobs, which is what we're being told they are. We're being told these are people who are being exploited. They've got the worst working conditions. But as you're about to see, Amazon, every delivery company in town, they're not the only businesses that are on the chopping block. Look at this.
Business after business shutting down in Lower Manhattan. Local owners saying that they're struggling to keep up with the rising cost from regulations tied to climate rules. And now they're asking the state to make some changes to save their livelihood. Hannah Klieger has the story.
We got so many laws here, no one can work.
Lowered gates and hanging locks are a common sight in Manhattan's Civic Center.
It's almost like our own government is pricing us out.
Rising costs.
It is that your own government is pricing you out. That's exactly what happens. It's not almost like that. It is that.
Rising costs are causing strife for small businesses like flower shop owner Patrick Hall.
I took on the cost of decommissioning the gas burning boiler and installing a split system HVAC system because we are a florist, so we have to have heating and cooling.
Leaders from chambers of commerce citywide gathered to call for change.
We saw in 2025 was the first year since COVID that we had more businesses closed and open.
So last year in New York City, more businesses shut down than opened. Think about that for a second. We've got a city dealing with an affordability crisis. We just elected someone who is a self-proclaimed socialist to fix that affordability crisis, but businesses are shutting down at a record pace. And nothing that the mayor has proposed is going to keep those businesses open. All he's talking about, jacking up the minimum wage, more regulations, more fees on landlords. That's going to jack up the cost for even having a storefront. And then we got all these environmental regulations on top of it that are causing business owners like these guys to spend tens of thousands of dollars revamping their dilapidated storefronts and what? For what? So they can shut down too once they go bankrupt?
That should be a red flag for anybody.
These challenges are leading to empty storefronts, and that's why they're pushing the state legislature to pass Governor Hochul's reforms to some of the climate goals passed by New York State back in 2019. They say the climate law goals are too ambitious, and there are ways to move to cleaner energy while extending deadlines.
The adjustments that she's asking for are reasonable. They're reasonable. Extend the mandates to 2030, reevaluate the interim goals for 2040, but don't abandon the final goals in 2050. We can get there.
I already saw an increase from the previous month in my Con Ed bill.
A spokesperson for the governor says rising costs are driven by the Trump administration and that she is pushing for common sense reforms that...
It's Trump's fault that these businesses can't survive. It's not our laws that we passed, that we voted for, and that we told everybody were a good idea. No, it's not us. It's Trump. Even though he doesn't control local energy policy, even though he doesn't pass these local job-killing laws.
And certainly here in New York City.
This is the comptroller.
More working today than at any time in the history of our country.
Trump's right.
100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
But I can tell you that here in New York, job creation over the past year has come to a halt. Outside of a single sector, specifically home health care aides, we actually lost 38,000 private sector jobs in New York City over the past year. The job outlook in New York City is especially tough for young people.
Okay, but let's ask ourselves, Why is this? Why is New York City losing jobs? We just heard we've got so many regulations that the jobs are shutting down and shipping out. We're trying to cancel jobs in industries like delivery because we want Amazon to employ everybody. And nobody wants to rent a storefront because if you want to put your business in one of these dilapidated storefronts that have been abandoned for years, it's going to cost you so much money, you'll never earn it back and your business plan is worthless. And then the ages of people not being employed. You want to know why employment is huge among young workers in New York who are just getting started? We're graduating students from our schools that don't have the skills necessary to meet our jacked up, overpriced minimum wage. So what happens? Those minimum wage jobs, they go to people who've got the skills for the hourly rate, and those are not our graduates. But New York City doesn't want to take responsibility for that.
Including those with college degrees. The unemployment rate right now for age 22 to 27 is 6.5% and rising. It's just very hard for young people to break into the workforce.
Because the businesses are gone.
Happening? In part, it's all the economic uncertainty and turbulence created by Trump himself. It's competition that New York is facing from other parts of the country.
Okay. Trump, it's not Trump's fault. The armadas of storefronts are shut down. It's the fault of the government that makes it too expensive to open these businesses. It's not going to be Trump's fault when Amazon moves 10 warehouses to New Jersey. And it even says right here on the screen that Wall Street giants like Goldman Sachs and Bank of America are building in Texas. Why are they doing that? Because they don't want to be in New York, where they're going to have millionaires taxes and wealth taxes, and they're going to make it so expensive to operate that it doesn't make sense to operate. That's the problem.
Including finance jobs. We are starting to see the early stages of entry-level white-collar jobs being reduced because of the
That's not Trump's
AI.
fault.
New York City needs to support fast-growing sectors here, like tech, green energy, and life sciences. And we need to cut red tape to make it easier for businesses to hire.
This I agree
and
with.
We need to help young people start their careers with paid internships, hiring incentives, and partnerships between employers and CUNY in the public schools.
How about a partnership between the city and Amazon that doesn't delete all of the jobs that are about to be shipped to New Jersey with their new law? What do you think about that? I'll see you in the next video.